Hi, just in time, just about, just about. How you doing, Jenny? SH says, can't be a derby match. Would have preferred a 5 o'clock kickoff, but it is what it is. Yeah, same here. I had to. I was up at like 7. I was up at like 7 this morning thinking the game's at 12:30, so I've got to do stuff. But yeah, early kickoff's never ideal. The positive is from an early kickoff, natural light, so my face doesn't look like a demonic monument with fake light. So that is one of the benefits at the very least. Harry says, hello, how are you? Good, thank you. Can't complain. How are you? Have you recovered from your speech about the merits of joining your particular educational establishment? You've still not told me what you said in the speech. I'm curious, but I hope it went well. How you doing, Durwood? Hope you are doing good. It's very early for you. Very, very early. Good morning. Yeah, must be about half seven for you. So yeah, proper early. SH says, come on, you Reds. Come on, indeed. Interesting lineup. Verts, I think, is on the bench. I think it's a very last season type of lineup. Just with Kirkes on the left, and Ekitike up top. Fish says, hi, how are you, Fish? Fish says, are you streaming United versus Chelsea? That is a good question. I don't know yet. It depends how tired I am at the end of this. Yesterday I was absolutely exhausted, but today I'm a lot better. I'd say most likely yes, but I'll tell you at the end. Dawood says hi. Bagwell says hi. Ethan says hi. How are you, Ethan? Fish has best hat. I agree. I like this one. I'm glad there's a ranking to your hats now. I've ordered one like this that's in green as well, which should come soon. SH says Darren England decent ref. Oh, that's a relief. We don't have one of the terrible referees today. I know we're scraping at the bottom of the barrel when it comes to English refs, but it is what it is. Ikram says hey. Harry says hey. SH says hey. Dawood says no, it's 7:30. Oh, did I not say 7:30? My maths must be off. But it's the weekend. That's my excuse. Fish says BGE. I have no idea what that means. And each kind of translation I come up for it is quite derogatory, so I better not say that. SH says, have to say the cap goes very well with that shirt, mate. Very nice, thank you. I agree. Yeah, it's a good combo. So yeah, glad that you like it as well. Charlotte says hi. How are you, Charlotte? You put the sun there. There's absolutely no sun today, but I'm not complaining. Ethan says, City fan here. Do you think we will win at Arsenal? I'm gonna say yes. Especially with the form that Haaland's in. Has Haaland scored like 8 goals in the last 2 games? So it's something crazy like that. Dale, my favourite Everton fan, says, come on, you Blues. Afternoon to you. Hope you're doing good. There are raindrops on the camera. That's how you know this is a proper North of England fixture. The camera's covered in rain. Dale says it could be 2-2, a high scoring draw. I can see that happening. So they're just about to kick off, and as I say that, they have kicked off. How do I set the timer? They put the timer at the bottom. What kind of nonsense is this? But nevertheless, Liverpool attacking the Anfield Road end. Ikram says, what do you call a pile of cats? A meowton. Or a pile of cheetahs. Apparently cheetahs also meow, which I discovered the other day. Ethan hopes Jack Grealish scores, and Dale also hopes Jack Grealish scores. Me personally, I hope he does not. Dot says, bro, Isak needs to start next game. He will start next game. Next game is a cup game against, I want to say, Southampton on Tuesday, but yeah, he will start that game. Ethan says 7-3 for Haaland. That's still really good, to be fair. It still averages to above 2 goals a game. Dot says good. 7 enthusiast says no flow or Isak. Is Arna okay? I guess I'll reserve my judgment for that after I see the result. I understand the no Isak to a certain degree because he's still getting up to fitness. The no Wirtz is a big call. I would have played him, but it could be fitness. Ooh, Ekatike there. Like it's a big call, but equally he's paid to make the big calls. So we'll find out soon enough. Seb says, hi mate, remember me, the wrestling fan? I do remember you. I was literally thinking about this the other day when we were having a conversation for about half an hour about wrestling. But I hope you're doing good. SH likes the idea of swapping with Hugo and having Szoboszlai in that central attacking midfielder spot, as they can make an impact rather than start. Yeah, 100%. And I think we're getting to the busy portion of the season now, so I think it's natural to see a bit more rotation, because certainly that last season was very good, but I guess. Ooh, Kirk is through. I guess a criticism of last season could be that there was not enough rotation. That's why we went out the cups early. So I'm happy to see a bit of rotation. Ikram agrees. Charlotte says, what do you think of Liverpool's tactics on the slot? I mean, we could talk about this for half an hour. Generally speaking, they're very similar to the Jurgen Klopp tactics. They are a bit more reserved. They're not quite as aggressive, which perhaps is not ideal in certain situations, but the flip side is it is ideal in other situations. One of those situations is fitness. So apparently every single player is fit today. There's no injuries. So I guess by having a less intense style, that's one of the benefits. SH says another Seb. Yeah, 2 Sebs. Yeah, I might have to call you Seb H. Harry's going out for a meal at 5:30, so if you stream then, I won't be able to come on. That's all right. No worries. More importantly, where are you going? Oh, you don't have to say specifically where, but like what type of food? Is it Italian? For some reason, I feel like it's Italian food, and that's not because SH is here, who's from Florence. But what type of food are you having? Ikram says, will Ekatike bring a different dimension off the bench? Yes. Well, specifically in this game, he's starting. And I do feel like Liverpool have started on the front foot. But I think whilst there are similarities between Isak and Ekatike, there are also key differences. So in that sense, you could interpret the difference as a different dimension. Feels like a bit more of a target man, whereas Isak's a bit more pacey and tricky. It's good to have that variety. The announcers were hyping up Grealish and made a comment about he needed to get out of City to shine again. Well, that's kind of what they do. And we see this with young players as well all the time. Hype them up. And then when things suddenly take a turn for the worst, then they then they bring them down. I mean, he's had a good start, so I don't want to hate too much, but equally, it's a very long season. I can't wait to see Heki TK in that left wing spot. Same here. I think Gakpo needs a bit of genuine competition, because whilst Rio is there, it kind of subconsciously feels like Rio isn't really competition for him yet because of his age. So we need. I think Rio will be eventually, and I think Rio perhaps should be. But I do think senior players need some aspect of senior competition, and hopefully Ekitike can give that. And Ekitike is playing very well at the start, skipping past players remarkably easily, but also going back to defend. But yeah, good start, positive start. Kenny says, might as well watch something else until Arna time. Yeah, you might as well just make lunch, do a bit of gardening. To be honest, you only need to come for the last 2 minutes. That's when the winner will go in. SH says he may never try it, slot that is. However, I think Heki could be a dangerous inside forward on that left channel. 100% he could. I hope he does try it. Because I think trying different formations and trying different tactics and trying different lineups do help to make the team a bit more unpredictable. And to be fair, I think that's what Slot is good at in comparison to Klopp. Klopp has a tendency to pretty much always play 4-3-3. Whereas Slot seems to change it up sometimes. Sometimes you see more of a 4-2-4. Sometimes you even see 3 at the back. Sometimes he goes a bit wild and takes Kanate off and just leaves Van Dijk there by himself. So, fingers crossed he's got something up his sleeve. Charlotte says, what's your favorite mode of transport? I mean, it depends. It depends on the destination. I quite like walking. I can't lie. If something will take, say, 30 minutes walk, versus 10 minutes in the car, I'd rather walk it. Kirk is central. Yeah, planes are good, depending where you need to go. Boats are good. It just depends on the destination. But if I have a choice, I'm a fan of walking. Like I went to the office the other day and oh my god, what the happened there? What was that? I'm thinking about boats and Gravenberch has just kind of lobbed the keeper. Wow, I'm in shock. I'm in shock. Derwood says, let's go. How's your stream a minute behind? Standard British quality, unfortunately. Snow says, Gravy Goal, the assist king and the goal king. Oh, sorry, the king assist. So did Salah assist it? I'm just seeing the replay. Yeah, Salah gets the ball on the right, lobs the ball in. Wow, what a finish! What it's that Salah pass again, isn't it? You know where he kind of weirdly curves it with the weirdly kind of curves it with the inside of his foot, as Ikram is aware. SH says my favorite player, the heart of our team. Which one, to be fair? Because you could argue both are the heart of our team, but I think Gravenberch perhaps. That shot is a joke. Yeah. Defender. Let's change the score. 1-0. That's a good start. That is a good start. 1-0 says Kaker. Josh Gibbo says Gravenberch. Snuff says Gravy is so good. Definitely our best midfielder at the start of our season. Yeah, I'd agree. I'd say the best midfielder for the entirety of last season. I always kind of maintained last season he was my favourite player. And this season I've been saying, you know what, I need to make my mind up. We've not had enough games, but it's looking pretty good. It's looking pretty good. Yeah, Grealish looks a bit more flustered now, I can't lie. Gravy is not even a DM and still deliver from the DM spot. Yeah, he's. The weird thing is, I think what makes him valuable is he's kind of doing 3 jobs at once. So not even 2 jobs at once, but actually 3 jobs at once. So he's doing the midfield stuff, but quite often he also goes back into the defense and acts as an additional centre back. So that's 2 jobs. So he's being a midfielder and a defender. And conversely, he also kind of gets forward quite often, as you saw there. So he's doing 3 jobs. He's doing 3 jobs at once. Who's going to lift Frimpong up today? Yesterday was Kanate and Van Dijk. A game or 2 ago, Bradley, and of course the practice it was Van Dijk. I'm waiting for Salah to grab him. Yeah, I think I should vote, or we should all vote that Frimpong is the trophy at the end of the season. So you know how players do a trophy lift? I think there needs to be a Frimpong lift. And maybe they can do that on the parade as well. Just, Van Dijk could be lifting the Premier League, Salah could be lifting the Champions League, and Konate can be lifting Frimpong. I hope he's not scared of heights, because he might fall off the bus. Liverpool on the attack again here. If you could create a magical pet, what would it be? It would be like a tiger, which was a bit less harmful, should we say? I was going to say a tiger that can fly, but maybe that's a bit too exotic. I'm keeping my magical pets relatively based. Evoke says, what a goal to do that first time is outrageous. Yeah, it shows a level of confidence to not kind of take a touch. There's quite a few senior players who'd probably like take a touch and control it first. So Bosley. Jim says, is the jersey coming off today? Trust me, you do not want to see that. I do not want to mentally scar you for life. Ooh, Salah just hits it over. He played a bit of a 6 at Ajax, but he's so good. And I love McAllister, but McAllister is not fully fit yet. Yeah, I agree with all of that. I think Gravenberch was kind of a wonder kid at Ajax. To a certain degree at Ajax, and again, I didn't watch too much of them, but it felt like he was playing multiple positions in order to find his space. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, what am I? Am I defensive? Am I attacking? Am I something in the middle? So to a certain degree, it kind of felt like that. And then Bayern, yeah, let's perhaps not talk about the Bayern, his time at Bayern. But at Liverpool, I think he's confidently playing multiple positions and doing them well. And I think you have to credit the manager with that, because when Gravenberch first came, he couldn't get a game. You think Frimpong has been here for years? Love his energy, yeah. Love his energy and love his enthusiasm. It's needed. You need that. You need that in a team, 100%. And again, like, I don't mean to act like the world revolves around us, but do you ever see this kind of stuff in other teams where, you know, you have proper personality and kind of proper characters? I can't think of any other team where you see that sort of thing. Yeah, Griffin. Wim says, "Yo, a giant liver bird. Yeah, that probably would have been a good one, provided it didn't like crap all over my house." a giant liver bird which took care of its bowel movements elsewhere. Florian Wirtz should have had 1 goal and like 3 assists against Atletico. Kind of annoyed he didn't get at least 2 assists. Yeah, especially that chance at the end, where kind of both Szoboszlai and Wirtz were running through, and they both just kind of got tangled, and then they crossed it to Salah, who decided to smack it, and then hit the post or hit the bar. So yeah, I think he's getting used to the team, which is good. Gravenberch now playing at his favourite team. He's always been a big Liverpool fan, so I mean, at least he delivers for his favourite club. Yeah, it's one of those things, I guess. If you treat people right, they'll treat you right. So Liverpool have treated Gravenberch right, so he's rewarding that. He's rewarding how he's been treated. They've also put a lot of confidence in him, put a lot of faith in him. So I think that's always positive. A giant liver bird with a colostomy bag. Yeah, I think that's the workaround. I think that's the workaround. In terms of what mythical creature would you get? I think that's. I thought Kanate was going to do something there. Yeah, but I think that's a fair compromise. I remember hearing Liverpool fans wanted him out after the first season. Oh, I remember that. I remember a lot of that. I wasn't here then. I was watching football games by myself in another room. But I just found that crazy. I was like, this guy, he's early 20s, number one. Number two, he's come to a foreign country. And number three, he's not getting a chance. So how can we want somebody out who is not given a chance? The thing is, for me with foreign players, I always give them at least 2 years before I start making serious judgments. After 1 year, I make some judgment, but equally, I think players, especially very young players, they need time to settle. Because for many of them, it's the first time they've been kind of this far away from home. So I tend to not kind of overreact in the first year. Sometimes I'm right, sometimes I'm wrong. Even though kind of Nunez was playing, I still wasn't seriously concerned until the 3rd season. So for me, I generally give kind of 2 years. SH says it's better than Figo, don't you know? That's how you know it's 20 minutes. Homelander says hello. Is that from The Boys? I've not seen. I think I've seen season 1 and season 2. I've not seen the newer seasons yet. The last one I saw was when it reveals that he's got a kid, but I don't know. I don't know if that's like an old season. But I hope you're good anyway. Ikram says, will Gakpo thrive more on the slot than on the club? SH says, sadly, I personally don't think so, Ikram. I guess time will tell. To be fair, I'd perhaps be leaning towards a yes, and the reason for that is Gakpo under Klopp didn't really seem to have a nailed down, I was going to say set of responsibilities, but you know what I mean? In the sense of Klopp used to play him as a midfielder, used to play him centrally, whereas, good defending by Konate. Whereas Slot seems to have said, you know what, he's a left winger. So I'm hoping that will give him some stability to at least put more of a good run together. But I think the flip side is that he doesn't really have any senior competition after selling Diaz. Snus Mrs. Diogo is my favourite in the recent years. Loved watching him play against the Asna. He loved to score against them. Yeah, he loved not just to score, but to also rub it in after he scored, which always made things kind of funny. So he'd score and then go annoy their fans, which made things even funnier. Charlotte says, who's the best Liverpool midfielder for stamina and creativity? Stamina and creativity in terms of the mix, I'd go for Gerrard. Of course, I'm still slightly biased. I mean, De Bruyne was also very creative, but I'm not convinced he had the same stamina. I have not watched that. Has that got Brad Pitt in it, I think? Is it about the war from Second World War, perhaps? But no, I've not seen it. But if you're saying it's amazing, I may need to check that out. Ikram says, are you liking the pace? I am liking the pace. It's very quick. It's very fast paced. Quite a few games have been, to be honest, quite boring this season. But this is rapid. Yeah, pace is good. I just hope they can keep it up. Snus says Gerrard for everything. He could do anything, yeah. And I think that's what made him a unicorn to a certain degree. He wasn't just good going forward. He was also very good defending. He was also very good tackling. Also very intelligent. Also had a lot of stamina. I mean, you could certainly make the argument for pretty much every single attribute. He was an 8 out of 10 at least. And I don't think you've seen another player like that since. The closest would probably be Szoboszlai. But I wouldn't put Szoboszlai 8 out of 10 for every attribute. Niam says Salah shouldn't be on the pitch start of the season. He's causing so much problems. I mean, he just got an assist. The last few games, to be fair, he's been playing a lot better. I think the first few games he was off a bit, but he's got an assist today, and he's got a couple of goals the last few games, so things are looking better. Yeah, Brad Pitt and Christopher Waltz. I might need to check that out. Ikram says, what's your favorite snack for traveling? Probably, again, depends how long I'm traveling for. But you can't go wrong with a protein bar. We finally play good in terms of we always seem to score first this season. Yeah, we seem to concede too, yeah. Just got to get that balance right, I think. Um, Grealish is through. Everton hit it wide. Dewsbury Hall. James Milner for stamina, Alonso for creativity, yeah, and Gerrard for all in one. Yeah, that's a good. That's a good. I think that's a good way of putting it. To be fair, you could say James Milner was maybe a 10 for stamina, but 5 or 6 for creativity. Say Alonso was maybe 10 for creativity, but 5 or 6 for stamina. Whereas you could say Gerrard was a 9 out of 10 in both of those. Kirkes gets fouled. Stevie G could do anything. Play as a winger, fullback, play in all positions in the midfield. He could be a shadow striker. I really enjoyed that shadow striker era where he used to play just off Torres. That was you could certainly make the argument those were some of his best years. He could score screamers. He could be the penalty taker. He was the captain everyone wants. Yeah. So the physical side and the technical side and the mental side as well. He could pretty much do it all. Niam says if we had a world-class winger, Ekitike would have double the amount of chances. Is there anybody in particular? You would target or you would be looking at? John says there's a second Ekitike. Ooh, 2-0. I mean, Ekitike showing his quality. 2-0. Also, I'm proper behind, so at half time I'm gonna try refreshing. If you can you remind me to refresh or something at half time? But yeah, Liverpool were dominating. Delwood says yes. Niam says goal. Amar says Ekitike scored, mate. Adri says Eki. Niam says Ekitike is so good. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely kind of dominating this game. Nice finish as well. I mean, that's not... Gravenberch, is that Gravenberch assist? Is that a Gravenberch assist? Through the Gravenberch assist and a Gravenberch goal in a single game. Nah, that's amazing. Too many pegs. I like that user. That's a good username, to be fair. I like that it's a full sentence rather than just the name. I like that. I have Liverpool to win 4-0. That would be an amazing start to the weekend. I can't lie. I'm still a bit tired from the weekends we've had the previous few weeks where Liverpool play at like Sunday 4:30 or Monday, and you're just kind of waiting around forever for Liverpool to play. It's nice that Liverpool are playing early and doing very well. And Niam says we actually got Ekitike for a bargain. He's been crazy good potential. Yeah, I agree with you. Paul says, this was going to be a walkover. It certainly looks like it. It certainly looks like it. Liverpool on top. Liverpool more aggressive. Liverpool seem to kind of want it more. And typically, kind of quite often, whenever a team scores, you expect the other team to suddenly start putting more effort in. But even when Liverpool score, you don't see You don't see Everton suddenly trying. They are trying, but you know what I mean. Even when Liverpool score, Liverpool then try and go for a second, then try and go for the third. So a walkover would be a nice start to the weekend. Ikram should be a journalist. These questions are top notch. Where is it? Oh yeah, can Kanate stay disciplined in challenges? You should indeed be a journalist. I'd say in challenges, generally speaking, he is disciplined. In the sense that he doesn't really give many penalties away from a lack of discipline. I'll say what he perhaps needs to work on is his concentration at times, because at times it does feel like he's asleep. But he's playing well so far. Niam's favourite player is Gravenberch since we bought him. Hated seeing him on the bench. Yeah, it's good. It's good that this manager has found a place for him in the team, and not just found a place for him in the team, has found a place for him in the team where he can thrive. Alex is very happy. Daniel says, I have both teams to score first half. Is it possible? To be honest with you, and not being biased, Everton really haven't done much. It's been, I'd go as far as to say this is Liverpool's best 30 minutes so far this season. But you never know. You never know. Like Liverpool, and especially attacking teams, they can commit lots of players forward, which then opens up space on the counter. So whilst it is possible, it's unlikely, but not impossible. Redders loves Ryan Gravenberch. I'm liking that. Will you change your picture to Ryan Gravenberch, or is it still going to be Nunes for a while? Liverpool defending, but defending quite high up. And again, Everton can't string two passes together. Good tackle there though to get the ball back. For some reason, Gakpo and Ekitike decided to stand in the same spot. It's not the best idea. Good to see Kirker's back in the team as well. I appreciate he didn't have the best game versus Burnley, but I thought versus Arsenal he was really good. Ooh, crossed by Everton, defended by Gravenberch. Gravenberch is everywhere today, and saved by Alisson. What is this kit that Alisson is wearing? The black one that kind of fades to grey, and then has yellow lettering on it. I've not seen that kit. Not seen that kit anywhere else. Watch the rivals are gonna not be happy with words now since we're winning, LMAO. Yeah. The thing is, equally, I don't care. Like I support Liverpool, not Vert. So they can waste their time on whoever they want. Charlotte's happy. Ikram says, why did the ice cube sit in the glass to chill out? Especially in this weather. John's giving me a heart attack saying, is this going to become another 2-2 and Liverpool scoring 90 plus 4? I certainly hope not. We really got a bargain with Gravenberch and Ekitike. We ripped off Bundesliga. Yeah, Gravenberch in particular. 30 million is nothing. I think if Gravenberch had a Liverpool... So you know the season Gravenberch had last year? I think if Gravenberch had that season for Bayern, given his age, you wouldn't be paying 38 million. You'd be paying close to 100. SH is saying hello. I love that. Redders is saying, no, I'm not going to change my picture. Darwin Núñez is my glorious king. I respect the dedication. A kiwi / blueberry or raspberry. It would alternate between blueberry and raspberry. Jenny says Charlotte is the new Sunny. What makes you say that? Alisson just had that kit on for the Atletico game, but he's wearing it again today. I've not seen Oh, I don't agree with that. I would reverse that. So you'd put kiwi first, blueberry second, and raspberry third. I'd be tempted to reverse that. Kiwis, when I bite into a kiwi, it just makes me shiver. Snus absolutely loves that we can bench a player like Wirtz and still be this dangerous, and we can put them on 67 minutes and look even more dangerous then. We can, and I think we need quality options on the squad. If you're a big team, you need big players on the bench. I think Liverpool for too long have had a good starting 11, and then 18-year-olds on the bench. So I think Liverpool need that depth, especially if they want to challenge on multiple fronts. It's Mason Jason's birthday. Happy birthday! Hope you have a fantastic day. Is that why you're going to the Arsenal game tomorrow? Is that for your birthday? That's pretty cool. But enjoy, man. Jenny's gutted the way Everton have started this game. Yeah, Liverpool have been good, but equally Everton have just looked lifeless. To put it nicely. Snow says it's the new 25-26 home goalkeeper kit. That's the thing. It's not though. The home one is green. The home kit is green. The home kit is green with black lettering on it. And the third kit is black with white lettering on. Like if you go on the Liverpool website, this goalkeeper kit is not on there. This goalkeeper kit is not on there. So I'm just very confused. Because the home one is green. The third one is black. This one's like greyish. Charlotte says, would you rather never feel pain or never feel fear? The weird thing about that is that pain is apparently a good thing because it's a signal that if you continue what you're doing, you're going to seriously harm yourself. So I'd go for never feel fear. Jenny says Charlotte is sunny all day long. I don't think so. I can notice sometimes when it's the same person. There are some people I noticed they have multiple accounts, but I can tell based on how they phrase things. Mason goes regularly. Nice. Or enjoy either way. So Slot is going to keep Jones on the bench to prevent any fighting. Seems like a smart approach. Van Dijk with the rage bait. Yeah, he's out with the Tarkovsky guy. No says they debating you. What does that mean? Is it like two words combined together? I'm just not seeing it. The Notorious says, "Hey, I'm at work. I'll be on your Chelsea stream." Sounds good. Hope you have a good day at work. Oh, to be fair, I couldn't tell then. I only got 2 accounts. Reluctant game. That's fine. But hope you're having a good day at work. 2-0, and could only keep one player, Ekatike or Isak. To be honest, Ekatike has been amazing, but if you force me to say you got to keep only one, I'd still keep Isak. I think, and the reason for that is, I feel like Isak is the finished product, whereas Ekatike is still, I don't want to say a work in progress, but Ekatike is still potential. And even though Ekatike started well, there's no guarantee that he can, that he will last a whole season at a high level. Whereas Isak has proven that he can last a whole season at a high level. So that's probably why I'd lean towards Isak. Mason says, hopefully Haaland stays humble. Are you at home? Is it at, I was gonna say Highbury, and I was like, oh my god, it's not Highbury. What's this? Emirates? That's it. I was gonna say, are you at Highbury? I think you're at Emirates. That would give you the advantage, but Haaland is in a very good form. Jenny says, why should she not talk about football? To be honest, I don't mind. Talk about whatever you want. If people are nice, then we'll talk about whatever they want to do. We don't have to just talk about football. You can talk about anything. It's all good. Faram's apprentice, I didn't know you were on Twitch. It's SH. Ah, nice. I'm everywhere. But to be honest, in order of generally what works the best and what works the worst, I'd say YouTube works the best. Twitch probably works second best. TikTok is the one that always falls over. Ah, you got your Watch 3 Ultra. And all the Barcelona coaches were wearing Ultra 2 watches. So number one, Reluctant Gamer is ahead of them. And number two, I'm glad you're enjoying it. My AirPods have been shipped. So I got a notification from Apple at 4 a.m. in the morning saying your AirPods have been shipped. And I was like, well, thanks, Apple. Yeah, that's the bad thing about Twitch. There's too many adverts, and also it doesn't let me control it. It doesn't let me reduce it. Whereas on YouTube, I'm pretty sure there's none. So yeah, that's another thing, and that's actually a reason why quite a few people I met here, they were originally on Twitch, but then they went to YouTube because Twitch is too many ads. And the annoying thing is as well, like you can't skip them. But yeah, AirPods have been shipped. Should be receiving those on Monday. Quite a few people have received them today, and they're quite happy about them. So I'm looking forward to it. Higher chance Isak gets injuries though, bro. Ekatike is barely injured. That's true. I think that's a fair pushback. It's just me. I'm just a bit apprehensive because not quite often, but I've seen in the past players start very well, and then they fizzle out after a bit. Not to say Ekatike will do that, but if I had to make the call, I'd go for Isak. But I'm happy to have both. Isak last few games were not good. Yeah, they weren't great for Newcastle, but I think equally he probably had his mind on other things. But generally speaking, I'm happy to have both. I think they're both very good. Jenny's going to London tomorrow. Very nice. Enjoy. Are you staying over? Are you coming back during the day? Don't tell me that's this summer. Please don't, like, again, I very rarely get annoyed, as you can tell, and I especially very rarely get annoyed about football. But do not tell me that is this summer. After the season that Gravenberch had last season. Oh, Liverpool were through. That is insanity. Based on what? Based on what logic? Gravenberch proved himself in the Premier League. He's on respectable wages. He wants to be at the club. He's grateful that the club gave him a chance. Why would you get rid of him? It doesn't make any sense. Does not make, like, if you said you want to swap Curtis Jones for Camavinga, I'd understand. I don't think Camavinga is necessarily, what's the word? Not proportionally, but I don't think Camavinga is necessarily better than Gravenberch. They're different players. So I'd say if you want to act like a big club, you should be aiming to have both. Yeah, Gravenberch player of the season, and people still want to get weird. It's just that people say silly things to be edgy. And again, I very rarely get annoyed about football. I get very annoyed playing computer games, as Fish has seen. So if I'm playing computer games, I get very annoyed. But about football, I very rarely get annoyed unless I hear nonsense like that. Notorious says this is 50-50 football and not football. Yeah, to be honest, maybe like 30-70. Like 30% is football, but it's all good. That's what makes us different, right? We talk about anything. Who cares? It's all good. Oh, it's scrolled down a bit. Give me a second. I heard those AirPods you got are awesome. Yeah, very good reviews. I'm excited. Excited to test them out, and then excited to use them in my flight in 2 weeks. There you go. Charlotte does say stuff about football. Fun fact, Liverpool have a mural of the 2005 Champions League at Anfield. Nice. Yeah, you were originally on Twitch, but switched to YouTube because, yeah, Twitch is too many ads. And the thing is, I can't turn them off. And trust me, I've tried. I can't turn them off. And like I can reduce the frequency a little bit, but when I reduce it a little bit, it doesn't really make much of a difference. So I'm like, yeah, YouTube is easier. SH, I got Liverpool AirPods. I've never used them. Don't think they're Apple, but they're quite good. It was a complimentary box. Oh, nice. John Henry, a proper splashing out there. That's insane. So like, but ultimately it doesn't matter. So we'll calm down. But and people are entitled to their opinion, but I'm also entitled to say that opinion is dumb. That's nice enough. I'm just I know the time is still running. I'm just trying to catch up on messages. I'm just a bit behind. Yeah, so the people want Szoboszlai sold. Szoboszlai's done so much for us. Can play, and now he can play 3 positions. Sorry, 4 positions. Sorry, 5 positions if you think about it. Szoboszlai can play fullback, and he can play in the holding midfield too. So that's 2 positions. And he can play attacking midfield. That's 3. And he can play false 9 striker, which we saw last season. That's 4. And he can play on the right wing, left wing. That's 5. Why would people ever wanna sell this guy? I only missed the apple crumble, but Fiji says Chelsea are going to get Camavinga. Where are you going to play him? There's genuinely no space in your squad, Fiji. Dave says congrats on winning the league. Appreciate that, Dave. Delwood says, how long is your flight to Canada? The flight that gets to Canada, it says 7 hours 40, which is fantastic. I hate long flights. I've bought toys to keep me occupied. I'm gonna take a laptop with me, play Football Manager, play Civilization. I've bought like a handheld games console. I'm gonna take that with me. I bought a Kindle. But then in 2 weeks, like, I just didn't use it, so I returned it because I said, you know what, I'm just not going to return it. I'm just not going to use it. So I've got a laptop. I got the new AirPods. I'm gonna have my laptop. I've also bought like a Bluetooth thing that I can plug in. That that I can plug into the screen. You know, sometimes the screen in front of you the seat in front of you has a screen. I've bought a thing I can plug into that so I can use my AirPods. So the thing is, this is going to be a test run because I also want to go to Tokyo February time, and that's like 17 hours. You know what I mean? So this is a test run regarding how well the 7 hours go. New York was also 7 hours, which was a bit long, but I managed to survive. I'm going to have more toys with me this time to hopefully cover the time. Reluctant Gamer says, what games are you streaming this weekend? This one and Man United Chelsea, which I haven't created the stream for yet, but I will do. And then just the Arsenal game tomorrow. So just those three. Brad says, how good were the goals? Quite good. Gravenberch, first time kind of lob over the keeper. I'd maybe give that 8 or 9 out of 10. Ekitike, Gravenberch assist, shot through the legs, maybe give that 7.5 out of 10. SH says, since I was in a box in our first home game, I think so. Yes, I think that qualifies. And how was that? How was the experience? I hope it was good. You rather keep Sabat Zalei. Wow, that's of all the spellings, that's a good one. Both. I like them both. Shante says Liverpool are jank. I don't know what jank means, but if that means amazing, I'm hoping to go with that. Notorious says you're going to Canada, holidays or for work? Holiday. I tend to go on holiday maybe like 5-6 times a year, but I do not like hot weather. I despise hot weather. I despise heat, which means that block in the middle of the year, I don't go anywhere because I just hate the heat. So I have lots at the start of the year, lots at the end of the year, and nothing in that middle block. But yeah, going for just traveling, looking forward to it. What handheld console you got? I got Switch 2, nice. I used to have a Steam Deck. So I used to have a Steam Deck OLED. Let me pause this, which I took on the New York flight. And it was really good, the Steam Deck OLED. Absolutely loved it. Absolutely amazing. The only reason I sold it is because I built that gaming PC, which I don't know if you can see in the background. So then when I built the gaming PC, I was like, I don't need a gaming PC and a Steam Deck. So then I sold it. But now I'm like, I need something for traveling. So I've got like a little like Japanese console. But the thing is, it can play all old games. So it can play PS2, GameCube, PS1, basically all the retro systems. I'm hoping that will be enough to get me by. Jenny, I'm skipping your messages because you keep trying to start fights with people. Just be nice. That's the reason. Yeah, SH lives in Florence, which I'm a bit jealous of. And yeah, he's been to plenty of places. And even if somebody else hasn't, again, it's fine. It's okay. It's all good. But yeah, SH grew up in England, I think you were saying the other day. Christian says, buongiorno. Leone is good. We will find out on Tuesday. So he's not played yet, but he'll officially be playing on Tuesday. So we will find out then. Ikram says, if you could instantly master a musical instrument, which would it be? Probably piano. No. I'd say guitar because I can play a bit of piano. Whereas guitar, I find very difficult to play for reasons that I can go into later. So I go for guitar because I can actually play a bit of piano, but I can't play guitar. Very bougie with the price tag. However, I think no great experience. That's fair. Partisan 3 Red. Is that another game that's on at the moment? Notorious says, who do you go on holiday with? Well, I went to New York by myself, which I had a great fun explaining that to the TSA agent. She was like, who are you going with? I'm going with myself. And then this is after they took my fingerprints. And then they were like, "Are you meeting anyone there?" I was like, "Nah." And then she was like, "Don't you have any friends?" And I was like, "I do." And she was like, "Why don't you want to go with your friends?" And I was like, "They're nice, but I don't want to spend an entire week with them. I'll go mad." And thankfully, I managed to make the TSA lady laugh, and then she let me in. But yeah, it'll be a solo travel job, which has its advantages in certain situations and not as good in other situations. Blessings in the morning. How you doing, mate? Hope you are good. Favorite type of candy? Gotta be chocolate. Snus says, I've noticed the rivals are really desperate for us to drop points, whether it's to lose to poor teams or just draw. AFTV, DRTV, whatever. Always say draw or loss. It's really funny. But this is the cycle, and I feel like I'm just a bit too old for the cycle. So do you want to know what the cycle is? The cycle at the start of the season is we're gonna win, we're gonna win, we're gonna win, we're gonna win, you're gonna lose. 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 And then when they get proven wrong, there's no admission that they're wrong. It's a conspiracy. It's the referees. It's this. It's that. That's the cycle. So the cycle is sheer overconfidence, which then morphs into sheer conspiracy when it doesn't work out. There's never a period in the middle where they say, you know what, I talk nonsense. I have no idea what I'm on about. Therefore, I just refuse to engage in any sort of discussion because it's a complete waste of time. That's the way I see it. For me, engaging in a discussion is like cooking a meal. I'm putting effort in to do it. But if they never admit they're wrong, then I never get to eat the meal. So I'm like, why am I cooking roast chicken that I'm never going to eat? I just find out things silly. And I'd understand it if people are a bit younger. But like some of these guys are like 40, 50. I'm like, what? What you doing? Yeah, Charlotte agrees. I just find it silly. Yeah, SH was born in Walton. Now lives in sunnier climes. Yeah, Jenny, can you be nice to people in general? Like everyone's cool here, man. Shafi says hi. How you doing, Shafi? I'm not 43. Where did you get that from? Do I look 43? Snus says you are right, 100%. That is how it is, yeah. And it's the same cycle every single year. We're gonna win. We're gonna win. We're gonna win. And when they don't win, suddenly it's a conspiracy. Suddenly there's payments to referees. I'm like, what? That's why whenever somebody says Liverpool are rubbish, I'm like, okay, good for you. Or quite often people will say Gravenberch is rubbish, and we'd rather keep Casemiro. Sorry, they'll say Gravenberch is rubbish, Ugarte is better, and then my response is quite often, okay, well then we'll keep Gravenberch, you keep Casemiro. Okay, what? There's no disagreement here, and they don't like that. Oh, Jenny, you're 43. Fair enough. Notorious says, I never go holidays. I always rely on people. I might go on my own. Have you ever been places in New York by yourself? Yeah, I went to New York completely by myself. Yeah, it was great. In 7 days, in a week, I walked 110 miles. So I did. That's one of the benefits about going by yourself. You can go at your own pace. Some people might be faster than me. Some people might be slower than me. But that's one of the benefits of going by yourself. And also, like, you can go to the toilet like whenever you need, and you don't need to wait around when other people are there. But yeah, I went by myself. It was good. Really enjoyed it. Yeah, SH is the most loyal. SH is more loyal than me. I mean, you can question my loyalty because I quite often say I don't care. But SH is more loyal, to be fair. They always give the best decision to their team, and everyone else will struggle, and we will never get good, but they will. Yeah, it's the same. It's the same pattern. It's the same pattern every single year. It's why I'm just a bit tired with engaging with them. Thankfully, it's just some it tends to be the most vocal people. Um, but equally, like quite a few people from other teams, you can have an adult conversation with them. Yeah, I'm following. Jenny, can you be nice to SH, please? Just be, it's nothing to do with Liverpool bias. If I recall, you started having a go at him for no reason. I didn't realize there were so many American Everton fans. Yeah, apparently it's a thing. Yeah, apparently it's a thing. A second half just kicked off. Sec- um, Apparently it's a thing. I don't know where that started. I was supposed to find like a more up to date thing for the second half, but you guys will keep me up to date anyway. But maybe Brad Friedel did Brad Friedel? I know Brad Friedel played for Liverpool, but did Brad Friedel also play for Everton? And is that perhaps where the fandom started? Snow says, but then again, they never win. Yeah, it is delusion. The thing is, I wouldn't mind if there was a middle step where they said, you know what, I got it wrong. But it's just the jump. It's just the jump from overconfidence into conspiracy instantly. I find a bit bizarre. SH says so much flair, Hugo. I see the training vids are starting to show in matches. Yeah. Um, he does stand out in training, which I think is a positive. Which I think is definitely a positive. Quite often training can look like a bit of a kind of laborious kind of thing. Whereas he kind of proper stands out, which kind of shows his quality, and it also kind of shows kind of how eager he is, to please, I guess, and to perform. Very very tricky, and I kind of say that I say that as a positive. Slot doesn't look particularly happy. Yeah, second half started. Jenny says, "Why didn't you celebrate?" I did. I mean, I didn't take my shirt off. Reluctant gamer says, "Lol." SH says, "What on earth?" What do you think of Arne Slot's long-term project at Liverpool? Yeah, I mean, it's looking good. Won the Premier League in his first season. Has a 100% record in his second season. Has certainly strengthened areas of the team that you'd expect him to strengthen. So I think things are looking good so far. SH says, Ikram, I expect to see you in the post match press conference. And Ikram says, couldn't agree more wholeheartedly. Yeah. I think Ikram is auditioning for a a journalist post. Yes, Jenny, chill out. I don't want to have to mute you, but just relax. It's not that deep. It's not that serious. Calm down. Snus says, I love the dedication from Saeed. Think we will drop points and still hate watch. I love it. You can keep crying. I love the rival salty tears. Again, this is kind of the cycle that we were referring to earlier, where we're gonna win, we're gonna win, we're gonna win, we're gonna win, we're gonna win. And then when they don't win, it's a conspiracy. When they don't win, it's the referees, it's Liverpool. The thing that I find especially kind of funny, especially funny about Man United fans is and again, it's not all of them. I have to clarify with that. It's not all of them, but in the summer, they will talk very big. They will sign some complete dross, and their expectations in the summer are that they're gonna win the league. But then when they don't win the league, they then say it's 12 years of rot. But I'm like, how can it be 12 years of rot if you had that much confidence in August? It doesn't make sense. Like, oh, our club's been rotting for 12 years. But you didn't think it was rotting in the summer because you had high expectation in the summer. No, I mean, it's just silly. It's just and the thing is also as well, what I find quite often is when they want people to feel sorry for them, they'll talk about the roof that's leaking. But equally, when they have budget and money, they never prioritize the roof. Like in the summer, they've got money, but nobody ever says, all right, fix the roof. The roof is just used as a tool to get sympathy around Christmas time. I just find that quite funny. His words flow like a stream in spring. Very poetic, but I think they do. Ilyas says, hi bro, how are you? Good, thank you. Good, thank you. It's a bit of an early start today, but the benefit is natural light. So that's always good. How's things with you? Yeah, why is you still hate watching? It's probably not good for your heart. Like if you hate watching Liverpool right now, it's not going to be good for your health, because you've probably invested a certain amount of your happiness in Liverpool losing, but they ain't going to lose. That's quite good. Reluctant Gamer says, what's the best kit you own besides Liverpool kit? To be honest with you, I don't actually own any other kits that are not Liverpool kits, but I have ordered the Germany kit, the current Germany kit. I've ordered that, but I've ordered it like without any numbers on it. So, because I think if you don't put any numbers on that particular kit, it does look a bit more formal. So I've ordered that as like a formal T-shirt. So we'll have to see when it gets here, but it'll probably be that one. SH says, if we play with a high press, we are constantly dangerous. The Liverpool I love that won the Champions League, it was pressure, yeah. And I think we're seeing a lot of that today. Definitely playing with a lot more kind of aggression. And I think the team also kind of has a lot more energy today compared to some games where the teams looked a bit lethargic, but I think things are looking better today. The roof's leaking, the toilet's leaking, rats in the stadium, and the raw chicken. Yeah, rats on the pitch as well. Okay, that's a bit harsh. Isak's warm. Yeah, I just see them now. That's the last thing you're gonna want to see. See, that's a good suggestion. Ordered the Argentina Messi away kit. That's a good one. SH ordered the new Italy top to blend in Florence. Those are good suggestions. Are there any other good suggestions that you think would be good to wear as a neutral? For some reason, I really wanted to get the Japan kit. To be fair, maybe I could get the Japan kit before I go to Japan. But what would be other good ones to wear as a neutral? I think Italy and Argentina. I think those are two good suggestions. To be honest, I might actually get one of those. Now I think about it. So Notorious, aka Reluctant Gamers, got Argentina. SH has got Italy. Because the thing is, Liverpool have lots of kits and lots of colours, but Liverpool don't really have anything with blue on it because of the whole Everton link. So I might go for one of those, you know. Yeah, Everton players must love to see Isak warming up. Is the last thing you want to see. Yeah, Italy kits are nice, yeah. I might actually get one of those, you know. Purely because, not purely, but partly because it, ooh. Oh, if Gakpo had passed that properly, that would have, and then a poor finish by Salah. But the reason is because I was thinking about this the other day, and then I even Googled like blue Liverpool kits, purely because, you know, I've got white kits, I've got black kits, I've got red kits, obviously, I got yellow, I got a green one coming, I got the green goalkeeper already. And I was just thinking, you know what, there's not really any blue ones, but yeah, might go for one of those. Yeah, Japan Endo, yeah, that's the one I was thinking of getting. Yeah, Endo number 6 apparently, Endo number 6, thinking of getting that. I don't blame you. The Japan kits have been absolutely gorgeous the past few years. Yeah, they know what they're doing. Certainly know what they're doing when it comes to designing things. My SofaScore thing says 2-1, but I'm a bit far behind. Has someone equalised for Everton? Oh, not equalised. Has someone got a goal back for Everton? Because that would be disappointing. I got 2 third Madrid kits. Yeah, the third blue one without the name. I don't like name all the time. I want to wear formal. Yeah, I think that's the benefit of kind of not getting a name. Certain kits can look very formal without a name on it, because it makes it look like less of a sports t-shirt and more just like a daywear t-shirt. Especially with some of the international kits that have a number on the front. I think with a number on the front, it looks kind of more sporty. But you take the number off and suddenly it looks a bit more formal. Yeah, nice goal, to be fair. That's annoying because these lot have done absolutely nothing the entire game. I'll wait till the 2026 World Cup kits. When will they be out? Because it's September now, and if the World Cup's the summer, probably Christmas time around then. Brazil's new kit's gonna have Jordan sign and it'll be a red away kit. Oh, no, that sounds good. The only thing is, the last thing I need is another red kit. I've got too many of those. Maybe one from a different. Maybe the home one, maybe the third one. What a goal! Time to take my anxiety meds. Yeah, they need to. Who was it that was saying earlier? Was it Snus that was saying earlier? Liverpool are more aggressive now in terms of their scoring first, but the downside is that they're also kind of conceding goals. They're also conceding goals, and here's yet another example of that. Moyes boils my blood. Moyes boils his chicken as well. You just don't know. You can just tell he doesn't eat proper chicken. You can tell he boils it. But speaking of boiling blood, Wirtz is coming on, and so is Curtis Jones. Usman, Covington, or Masvidal? Usman. Can't stand the Norwegian kit. It's so ugly. I absolutely hate that kit. Is it the home kit and the away kit, or is it just one of those? Because sometimes like the away kit can be quite nice. Oh, SH is a UFC fan. Says a Masvidal for the best in terms of entertainment, Usman for smothering, and Covington. Honestly, I don't know two shouts less at the TV. Yeah. Who's welterweight champ? It's Jack Della Maradona, isn't it? He's gonna fight Islam very soon. That should be good. Yes, Nus said that we score first, which is different now. But the downside is we end up conceding. Head kits are dropping from November whole way through to March. Nice. I know Argentina are dropping the home kit November. I'll be getting Messi because he's one of the goats. Also, I'll get CR7 March release. Nice. That's a good shout, to be fair, to just kind of see what they come out with. Gakpo's coming off. Verts is coming on. Who's Jones going to come on? Jones coming on for McAllister, which kind of makes sense. Positive subs, I think, because I don't think Gakpo's done too much this game, number one. And number two, McAllister's looked a bit tired. But yeah, on the kits, that's a good shout if they're refreshing them soon. Yeah, I think for me, I will be targeting something with a bit of blue on it. That means something, not in that sense. If you Google what that means, I mean blue the color. but yeah, because as I said, no, I don't own any blue shirts. Because Liverpool never picked blue. The home anyway, Snus is not very happy with. The Norwegian national team need to sort themselves out. Who makes the Norway kits? Is it Adidas or something? Yeah, JDM. Yeah, we'll call him JDM. That's easier than saying Jack Della Maddalena. It's always a bit of a tongue twister. Do you enjoy the pace of play? I was enjoying the pace of play. It slowed down a bit, and Liverpool have ended up conceding. Ikram says, if you could design your own theme park, what would it be? To be honest, it wouldn't exist. I don't like heights. I'm good with most things. I'm good with spiders. I'm good with most things, but heights I don't like. So it would not be a theme park. Can you remember the Argentina kit with the stars in the middle of the top? What a beauty that was. I think so. I'll have to look it up. The thing is with Argentina, a lot of their kits are very nice, which is bizarre if you think about it, because it's basically, well, the home kits at the very least are just white and blue stripes, and it's like, what can you do with that? But quite often they end up doing a lot with it. We need Endo on the pitch. Oh, is it? Have we reached that stage already? Jack says Liverpool going 2-0 up is about as strong as Sturridge's legs back in the day. To be honest, about as strong as Jibril Cisse's legs. Also, that club that Leone came from, Parma, had a very nice kit. And that's the one he's wearing where he bodies Lukaku. Nice. Yeah, I might need to look into blue kits, because don't don't, don't think I definitely don't own any blue football shirts. If you're getting blue kit, I say Italy, a must there. Their kits are the nicest about. Okay, nice. It's gonna have to be Leone on the back then. Oh, they're using Viking numerals, like for the numbers. That's that's good. That could get a bit confusing. SA says I'm a huge fan of DDP, as in Dricus Duplessis. I really like DDP as well. I was kind of unhappy about the manner in which he lost to Hamzat. I like DDP because he was just different, and he just do unorthodox things. I mean, I hope he bounces back. I hope he bounces back. I think his win against Robert Whittaker was the one that really made me go, huh? Made me go, huh? Who's this guy? Notorious didn't know it was 2-1. I wish it wasn't 2-1, but unfortunately it is. Bring on the Japanese wall. It's an option. The only thing is, do you reckon it's a bit too early? Do you think it could be a bit too early for that? The Swedish, I won't call him a wall. The Swedish truck perhaps is about to come on. The new Argentina home coming out looks different this time. The colour looks sleek from the leaks I've seen. And overall blue and white patterns. One to keep an eye on. 100%. Would you rather never have to sleep or never have to eat? Never have to sleep, because then you double your life. If you think about it. You'd get 24 hours every day instead of 16 hours every day. You don't need a name on the back. True. If I was to get Italy, yeah, it would be your boy Tonali. I might have to see how it looks. I like it when there's just a number on the back, but when there's a number on the front as well, that to me is a bit too much. Jack is suggesting one of the old Inter kits or 95-96 Barcelona away kit. Good suggestions. Glad to get lots of good suggestions there. To be honest, it never occurred to me just to get like a national team kit for the blue. France is blue, Mbappe or Argentina away is blue with Messi. The only thing I don't like about the new France kit is the giant yellow bird on it. But the one previously, that was nice. Isak's coming on. Yeah, R9 on them, that's a good shout. Favorite MMA fighter of all time, one lighter and one heavier. A heavier would be Lyoto Machida. He was light heavyweight. I know he ended up at middleweight, but Lyoto Machida was my favorite there. Lighter, I don't know if this counts as lighter, but maybe GSP. He was welterweight champion. So Machida and GSP. I was going to call it that, the last word, but then I thought, no, best not. The Swedish sniper is here to score. Well, he's on the pitch now. So it's Isak in the middle, Salah on the right, Wirtz on the left. Brazil away kit from 2018 with Coutinho. The thing is, I'm still a bit sore about how he left, so it's still. But I'm not sore about Torres anymore, so I do have a Torres kit. So maybe in another 10 years. For me, Mighty Mouse, Demetrius Johnson, yeah, Fedor Emelianenko. Those are good chances. To be fair, you're heavy and light. You've pretty much covered the entire scale there of weights, whereas mine were more kind of in the middle. It's never too early for endo time. That is true if you think about it. The only kind of concern I'd have is would we go a bit too defensive and leave the team vulnerable? Is Van Dijk's calmness under pressure elite, says Ikram? Yeah, I think that's his number one attribute. Liverpool standout player this season, I'd still say Van Dijk as a standout. Reluctant Gamer says, I do Uber driving, was picking up same hotel as Tonali, was picking up his family. Wow, imagine that. Imagine of all the fares you get, and it turns out to be Tonali's family. His brother opened my door for the elderly passenger, and Tonali was looking out. Great people, humble. That's nice. It's good to see kind of some kind of footballers still have kind of manners, are still respectful to kind of normal people. So that's nice to see. Quite often people are kind of nice in front of the camera, and then when the camera disappears, less so. But it's good to see he's still got still kind of behaving well when the cameras are not there. Woodlamb says, why do Liverpool make it so hard to win? I think they must have some sort of partnership with a therapists organization. So if they continue to give us anxiety, they can just send us there for therapy, and then Liverpool get a payoff. Welterweight area, BJ Penn. Yeah, BJ Penn was insane. He's most known for lightweight, but he did fight a bit at welterweight, and he even went up to heavyweight to fight Lyoto Machida in K1, I think. So BJ Penn was fearless. He just fight whoever. Jack just realized 2018 World Cup was 7 years ago. It's not 7 years ago. It's 2 years ago. Where is this? Sorcery. It was clearly just 2 years ago. Free kick for Everton. Defended by Kanate. Valorant, CSGO or Overwatch. To be honest, none of it. I tried Valorant. You can't jump in it, which put me off. CSGO, it's fine. Feels a bit dated. Overwatch I've never really tried. So to be honest, pretty much none of those. Another corner for the Everton. Good tackle by Isak. Okay, Salah's got Wirtz and Ekitike in head of him. Oh, unlucky. Good tackle by Tarkovsky there. I'm glad Liverpool haven't gone too defensive. Both Wirtz and Szoboszlai share set piece duties. Possibly. I mean, Szoboszlai seems to be on set pieces now. He scored that free kick the other day, which was good. And he's taking a corner now. I think he took the corner the other day as well for the Van Dijk header. So it seems like the set pieces are Szoboszlai's to lose. Ooh, header by. The thing is, when they jump, I'm like, is that Kanate? Yeah, header by Kanate. BJ Penn was top of his game at lightweight. Yeah, I still remember do you remember the Diego Sanchez fight? Where after winning the fight, he was just licking the blood off his gloves. That was savage. He was running through everybody, and then he came up against Frankie Edgar. And Edgar just beat him twice, but that's what happens. Welterweight, I'll go Nick. Is that Nick Diaz? Diaz was good. How could I forget featherweight? Yeah, there have been quite a few good featherweights. Jack Grealish shot on target. Not that I remember. Who will be voted young player of the season? Honestly, probably Gravenberch again, judging by how things are going. Probably Gravenberch again. Yeah, Zabit. Yeah, definitely one of the biggest what ifs. So Szoboszlai free kick. I mean, my timer is completely wrong. Hits it over. Can Bacetic evolve with minutes? I mean, it'll be interesting to see if he gets minutes, or whether he gets loaned out again. I've just decided to watch it elsewhere, and Pickford is time wasting. So now I think I'm more up to date. Probably should have done this earlier. I'm more in time now. I'm on 75 minutes, 12 seconds. Here we go. But yeah, Pickford must be frustrated with the new goalkeeper rules about time wasting. Yeah, that used to be kind of half his game. I can't lie. That was it. It must have been a few seasons ago where he was kind of wasting time, and then Liverpool ended up getting ahead, and then Alisson started wasting time just to kind of make fun of him. That was that's pretty much my main memory about Pickford's time wasting. How Alisson mocked him. Interestingly, without the ball, it looks like more of a 4-2-2-2. Kirkes just speared Tarkovsky. That's one of the best things about Kirkes. He's not afraid to get stuck in, which you don't always see with defenders these days. One of his benefits. Tonali is not just nice for the camera. It's good saying there. That is true. Shearer's not nice off camera. I'm not surprised. I've always got a weird vibe off of Alan Shearer. I've always got a strange vibe off of Shearer. I don't know what it is, but that doesn't surprise me. If he's also big-headed off camera. Yeah, I thought that as well. Yeah, 4-2-2-2. Interesting formation. Hee-haw. Good username. Says hi. How you doing? Also realized. Haven't been keeping hydrated today. Albie Play says, come on Liverpool. How you doing, Albie? What kind of games do you play? Any particular type of game? I started playing Dying Light yesterday. Dying Light the Beast. Started playing that yesterday. Very good. Hee-haw says, up the Reds. Good, thanks. How about you? Yeah, good, thank you. Good, thank you. It's the weekend. Can't complain. What I like is that this game... I mean, I didn't like it originally, but it's good for Liverpool to play early, and then you have your whole weekend in front of you. Last few weeks, Liverpool have been at the very end, so we've had to wait a while. But it's good to see Liverpool at the start. Albie says, "Come on." Yeah, I'm curious what kind of games do you play? My sister was at a match and was sat next to Rivaldo. Funny when she told me she didn't know who he was, and I had to narrow it down. That's crazy. Sitting next to one of the greatest players of all time and having absolutely no idea. But I guess Rivaldo would have liked that, if you think about it. Alicia says, is Isak playing? Yes, he's come off the bench. Imagine everyone gets a last minute goal. That would be satisfying for some fans for the big club. Very true. Hee-haw says, that's good. Albie's very happy. When she said World Cup winner and gave more clues, I just knew who it was, sorry, yeah. That's amazing. To be sitting next to a legend of the game. Hee-haw says, I agree, but I prefer in the middle of the day. Yeah. Last night I was thinking I'd rather, like 3 o'clock kickoffs, those are perfect because you don't have to wake up too early. But I'd rather a 12:30 over like an 8 o'clock at night. So I'd say 3 p.m. kickoffs are the best, or 4:30. Then the second best is these 12:30s, and the worst ones are like the 8 o'clocks, I think. Grand Theft Auto 5. I've not really played much of GTA Online. Saints Row 4, I don't think I've played, but I've played 1, 2, or 3, so I'd have to go with GTA. At least we have a few weeks off from hate watching Madrid. Are they on a break? Are they on like a La Liga break? Yeah, that's funny actually, because you've also played 1, 2, and 3. I think 3 is also when it went a bit crazy, where you got magical players where like your main player could jump really, really high. You know what I mean? Like, I'm fairly sure in Saints Row 3, if you press the jump button, you could jump over buildings. But I might be remembering that wrong. Dawood says it's odd not having Fish here. I think he's still asleep. I think this is I think this is a bit early for him. He did leave a comment on one of my videos yesterday saying it's one video where I don't have a cap on. And he said, "Oh, that's your hair." And I was like, "Indeed it is." So he is alive, thankfully. It's probably just a bit early for him. When I think of Rivaldo, I just think of that Olympiacos match where Gerard hits a peach to send us through. Yeah, there's that, and there's the there's the one where he's taking a corner and the ball hits his stomach, and then he goes down hitting his head. That's holding his face. Sorry, that's another one that I remember. Reluctant Gamer says, I say GTA 5. I don't play online though. Yeah, me too. I've never played that game online. Wish Saints Row had more competitive online modes, like the team deathmatch. Saints Row 1 and 2 were the best, yeah. They were very good. I think Saints Row 3 as well was quite good, but 4 I've not played. Ooh, Salas Pickwood just comes out. Oh, right, yeah, of course. 66 won't be playing. He will resurrect. Grealish just handballed it. Literally smacked the ball down. What was that about? Did you see that? Grealish literally just smacked the ball down with his hand. Yeah, even the manager's complaining about that. Soon as you had a giant, you know what? As a melee weapon, I knew it was going in a different direction. Yeah, I think Saints Row 1 particularly, and potentially also 2, they tried to kind of clone. I think they tried to clone GTA, whereas in Saints Row 3 they kind of developed their own personality. And it was fun. Like, it wasn't the best thing ever, but it was good fun. I completed the game. Turned 4 off as soon as I realized I was the president now. I think I might have played that one. Maybe it's the new one that I haven't played. Yeah, Pickford, that surprised me. Him coming out like a sweeper keeper. He's typically someone I associate with just staying very, very deep. GTA 6, I will definitely play online because I know GTA 7 won't be out for a good, it's 15 years. I think you're right, but it's just crazy, man. 15 years. I don't even want to say how old I will be in 15 years, but yeah. GTA 6 as well. They'll go through the whole cycle. Like, they'll release GTA 6 and then they'll release it. They'll release it on console first, and then they'll release it on PC, and then they'll release multiple bits of kind of DLC, I think. After that, there'll be a DLC for this, a DLC for that, and then they'll perhaps start focusing more on online. Salah's through. Ooh, good defense. Is that Tarkovsky again? Tarkovsky has been defending well, but he was offside. Salah. And then eventually they'll come out with like the definitive edition, and then yeah. So I guess Salah is onside there. So I guess even though it's 15 years, they will milk GTA 6. for a while. Get Out of Hell was a disaster. I didn't play that. I remember that the one of the main characters is called Gat, the guy with the glasses and the pointy face. But I've not played that if it's a DLC. Charlotte says Liverpool FC are giants of the Premier League. Indeed they are. And hopefully they can kind of hold on. And then they made a new series, and that felt like 3, but worse in terms of wackiness. Yeah, maybe it ended up being a bit too wacky. Whilst it was fun in certain respects, in other respects, it perhaps put a few people off. GTA 6 will be out for PS6 and PS7. That is true, yeah. So it will originally come out for PS6, and then they'll probably bring out some sort of definitive type of edition for PS7. GTA 5 was PS3, PS4, PS5. Yeah. I remember when it came out, yeah. Yeah, it did come out on PS3. Maybe like 2012, 2013, around that time. So yeah, I mean, they have gotten a lot of value out of it. Niam says, what do you think Liverpool's issue is? I'd primarily put it down to concentration, I think. Because I think if Everton didn't get that goal, I think this would have been a really good performance. Liverpool on top. Liverpool creating lots of chances. But when kind of concentration slips, oh God, Everton are through. It's all good. Bradley's defending. When concentration slips, the kind of knock-on effect is that belief and confidence then also kind of slips. So it has a kind of knock-on effect. So I'd say it's perhaps more mental than physical. Yeah, more mental than physical. I stopped playing Saints Row after the 3rd. I think mine might have been after the 4th, because I did play the President's one. I did play that. But I think Saints Row 5, I think, was just called like Saints Row. You know, like sometimes they be edgy and then they take the number off it. I think Saints Row 5 was maybe just called Saints Row, and that one I didn't play. But it was good fun. It was I like that it didn't take itself too seriously. Niam says, I don't know how we concede so much. I feel like the defense and midfield are solid. Yeah, for me, it is concentration. It's more of a mental thing, because I think physically they're good, and I think physically they show that. But sometimes they just, and also I think because the fullbacks are quite young, so they're perhaps not as experienced. But it's something they'll get better with. Something they'll get better with over time. Devil May Cry 5, Bayonetta, and Nier Automata. That's the order. Devil May Cry, in general, is good. I can't remember which one 5 was, but it's good. Bayonetta, they only made one of those. That was good. Nier Automata, I tried it. I just couldn't really get into it. Grand Theft Auto 5 was first released. Oh, good defending by Kirkes. 2013, okay, yeah. So over 12 years ago. Good header there by Kirkes. Someone was at the back post, but he kept his eyes on the ball. But yeah, GTA, that came out a long time ago. And I think we're in need of GTA 6 now, because there's only so many times you can replay the same game. There's a cross there, volley by Grealish, but it goes wide. Kirkes has been working on being big and getting up for headers. I really appreciate that. Yeah, and I think we just saw that just then. We saw that just then. Good header. That kind of looping cross as well can kind of very easily go over you. So that was good to see. You think Wirtz was bad today? Feel like he overcomplicates it. He came off the bench. To be honest, hasn't really had one chance, but nothing really stands out. Kirk is brilliant. He's been playing well, especially after he was left out of the kind of Atletico lineup. It's good to see him doing well. Mr. Default says United. Up the toffees. 12 years and 3 days ago. Since GTA 5 came out. That is crazy. The funny thing as well is I had a gaming PC at the time. And I actually didn't play it on PS3. I waited till the PC release came out. Mr. Default says Wirtz is a fraud and coming to the Prem has proven that. Well, that's fine. Liverpool will still win the league and Man United will still finish 15th. It doesn't make any difference. I'm not Wirtz's boyfriend, so I don't care. If Liverpool as a whole start going down, then it's a problem. But I'm not in any personal relationships with any players. Chris says Liverpool very lucky. They played very good at the start. They have looked a bit more tired since then, I can't lie. Hi from Dublin, Ireland. Nice. I went to Dublin last year. It was very nice. Quite a few nice museums, if I recall. Natural History Museum or one of those. But no, I had a good time. I would recommend it. I'm trying to remember what else I did, but it was good. Very cold. It was cold. But I enjoyed it. GTA 5 was so ahead of its time. It was. Yeah, I mean, I think graphically and also with respect, I think what they nail quite often is the kind of storytelling, and the acting is always very good. I heard GTA 6 not releasing same day as console. Unlikely. I won't get it then. I'm gonna wait for the PC release. Class goal by Gravenberch. I haven't seen the second one yet. It was a Gravenberch assist, the second goal, to Ekitike, who then shot it through Pickford's legs. To be fair, the one you saw was better. The first goal was better, to be fair. Yeah, we're going to have to wait. Almost feel bad for Moyes, but not fully. Harry says, how's the game been? It's been alright. Liverpool, oh my God, what's Van Dijk doing there? Van Dijk almost scored an own goal. What's it doing there? Game's been good. Liverpool very strong at the start, but the second half's been more even. But yeah, how's things with you? Hope you're well. It's not luck, it's talent. It's what champions do. It's full time. The collective of bold managers and bold co-managers embrace each other. It's full time. That's what champions mentality. Still 100% record. GTA 5 was released 2014 on PC, so GTA 6 will probably be a year after, which I'm fine with. I don't mind waiting a year, kind of thing. Are you live for Man U Chelsea? Yeah, it's at 5:30, so I should be good by then. That gives me time to make dinner. I've not created this streams yet on YouTube, but I'll do that in the next 5-10 minutes. Still perfect, very true. Still 100%. Still 100% record. I thought Liverpool were not doing good this season. That's what I keep hearing. Harry says full time. Yeah, thankfully Van Dijk's back pass didn't quite end up as an own goal. I've seen a few people complaining about the first goal, seeing Grealish was fouled. I don't remember that. Not saying it didn't happen. Because I kind of spend most of my time looking at the chat, as you're aware. I just kind of saw it. I just saw the Salah pass and the Gravenberch shot. So I didn't see before that, to be fair. Man United versus Chelsea prediction 2-0 Chelsea. Mr. Default says 1-0 United. Bruno assist and Casemiro header. The thing is, you do deserve a win just because you're so patient. You're so patient with them, and so you do deserve a win after the last game and after the first game. Yeah, that's the thing. That's why I'm having trouble getting my words out. I'm like, Mr. Default deserves a win, but does Jim Ratcliffe? No. Hope we maintain this level of aggression moving forward 100%, especially at the start. We were just all over them like a rash. Who's the best midfielder? Liverpool midfielder for Vision. Liverpool midfielder maybe Alonso. I think SH is saying generally Paul Scholes. I think that's a good shout. Grealish doing Grealish things, just whining. Yes, so he can go back to the dressing room now and put his hairband back on and put his earrings in and go home. Till the next game. Jones, Bachechich or Gravenberch? It's got to be Gravenberch. Yeah, Van Dijk, yeah. You're talking about the own goal where he almost kicked it in. I was like, what's going on there? Realistically, it'll be 2. I predicted 2-0 Chelsea. I predicted 2-0. 3-0, like... Even I wouldn't wish a 3-0 upon you, but 2-0 I can see happening. For Vision, Stevie G all day. Would you put Stevie G above Alonso? I'd say for Vision and purely, Gerrard maybe 9 out of 10, Alonso maybe 11 out of 10. Yeah, when he kicked it in, I was like, bro, what are you doing? Ratcliffe flew in to inquire with what's going on and have a personal one-to-one with Amorim. Well, that's nothing inspires confidence in an employee like your boss flying in to have a one-on-one with you. Absolutely embarrassing when he knows fully well what's going on. Yeah, 100%. It wasn't Amorim that fired half the staff. It wasn't Amorim that created a negative feeling around the club. Yes, Amorim's tactics are not working, but I wouldn't blame their situation solely on Amorim. Snus would put Gerrard above Alonso, could find Torres and Suarez anywhere. True. I hear what you're saying. I just view it as we were lucky to have them both. Amorim said again yesterday he's still not changing the system. He did. Well, the first thing he said was Ratcliffe came to give him a new contract. That was just funny. I mean, to have the balls to say that, given the situation that you're in, that shows a certain degree of... I don't know if confidence is the word, but... a certain degree of brazenness, which I gotta respect. Yeah, it was pretty crazy, wasn't it? Yeah, Ratcliffe came here to give me a new contract. I do like Ruben, so it's a bit weird. He manages that team, but it is what it is. Just like the players, if he went to a different team, he would go back to being he'd go back to being a strong manager. I think his stock would rise again. And I think he'd do well. Unfortunately for Mr. Default, but fortunately for us, every manager and player who goes there gets worse. Is there any player other than Fernandes in the last 10 years that has got better there? Was your best holiday when you went alone? Yeah, it was. Also, don't you prefer a holiday alone? It's one of those things that I was apprehensive about doing and very nervous about doing until I actually did it. And then after I did it, I was like, that was good. So yeah, it was one of those things. Imagine seeing Stevie G and Salah. Well, hopefully we will see them in a Legends game together in about 10 years. The thing is with the Legends game, you can see the players are not as fit as they once were, but like their passing and like the intelligence is still there. You go to Canada alone? Indeed, I shall. In 2 weeks, so on Saturday the 4th. So I will miss the Liverpool-Chelsea game, but I'll be back for Liverpool United, where I will say very nice things about Mr. Default's team during that game. Club to Man U, here we go. I've heard a few people say that. It'll never happen, but it's just the thought of it is quite funny. Rashford was amazing the other. Yeah, there's another example. We watched that game. We were hating on Rashford, but then he scored one goal and then scored an absolute worldie. Why is he talking about Man United? He's a Man United fan, but it's all good. We talk about anything. To be honest, we spent most of today talking about computer games. It's all good. Robertson, Kirkes or Aurelio? I mean, Kirkes' career hasn't finished yet. Rashford Rocket, I'm happy for him. Yeah. I'm happy. He deserved the win. He deserves something positive. What are your plans in Canada? I'm going to be there 10 nights. 5 nights in Montreal, 5 nights in Toronto. Doing all the touristy things, booked all the touristy things. Parks, cathedrals, sampling the local food. Gonna go Niagara Falls. And I booked the boat. So you can get like a boat that directly takes you to the Niagara Falls. And and the thing is, before you get on the boat, they give you like a plastic coat to cover yourself, because apparently, like if the Niagara Falls are here, you'll get splashed by the water, so they give you like a coat to cover yourself. So I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, all the touristy things is needed. I've not been anywhere for 5 months. It's necessary. Fact that Man United fans wanted. Oh, that's a fair point. I thought Klopp was a serial loser. I thought he was a pathetic loser that just lost at everything. Like, what's going on? Klopp would buy a Red Bull before that happens. That is very true. How did Conor Bradley do today? Looked alright, but you could say he perhaps should have made the tackle for the Everton goal. Jose Enrique, good signing from Newcastle. Yeah, club won't join United or any Premier League club, I don't think. Van Basten or R9. To be fair, I didn't really see much of Van Basten. R9 I saw growing up. R9's like one of the first players I remember seeing and being just wowed by. So I'd have to go for R9, but again, I never saw Van Basten. Harry Maguire or Van Dijk? Or Harry Maguire, of course. I mean, you could say Harry Maguire or Van Basten. Or anybody. And the answer is always Harry Maguire. Victor Lindelof or Ramos? Victor Lindelof, of course. It just has to be Victor Lindelof. Well, I will say, I don't think Victor Lindelof was quite that bad. Will I take him at Liverpool? No. But since you're a fan of Victor Lindelof, Jesus Christ, Victor Lindelof. I'll have to say Victor Lindelof. But yeah, I'll take that as a win. I will watch it back later, because as always, my eyes are more often on the chat than watching the game. But I will watch that back later. Callum says we were unlucky. Based in the second half, we deserve the point. I think Liverpool deserved to win, but if you had gotten a point, it wouldn't be the biggest injustice in the world. Has he even played for Villa yet? Not that I'm aware of. But we'll know he's playing for Villa when they lose 5-0. That's how we know. But anyway, there's another game at 5:30, I believe. And my Amazon package is 8 stops away. So this is fantastic timing. I don't see anyone outside yet, but this is fantastic timing. So I'll be back at 5:30. I need to create the streams and all that, because if you go on YouTube, there's nothing there. So I'll do that. I love how everyone is saying they deserve... Yeah. Like everyone can't deserve something, because then otherwise Liverpool wouldn't have 15 points. They'd have 4. Yaps. To be honest, I thought Yap's Stam was very good. Liverpool been playing poorly and deserve to lose every game. Yeah, eventually you gotta say that there is some logic in them. Like they must be kind of good if they're winning everything. See you at 5:30 as well, Mr. Default. Who is it again? It's Man United, Chelsea. Yeah. Liverpool defend good. We deserve their point. Yeah. Liverpool just do enough. Yeah. See you at half 5. Which I think might be 6:30 your time. But yeah, see you then. Burnley deserve something. No, they didn't. Yeah. The thing is, like, not every win is going to be a 5-0 battering. Like, some... You want to win more confidently, but not everything is like that. But I'd understand that from isolation, but equally, if a team's won 6 games in a row, you have to kind of concede they're playing well. How you doing, Ali? Ali says hope as well. Yeah, good, thank you. We just watched the Liverpool game, which is good. I hope you are also doing well. I hope all is good with you. As I said, there's Man United Chelsea at 5:30. So I'm gonna cook some dinner now. I don't know what I'm gonna cook, but I'll cook some dinner. I'll be back at 5:30. I have seen that guy. That guy's gonna... His hair is going to end up being taller than him at this rate. So yeah. Back at 5:30 for me and 6:30 for SH. But yeah. I'll create the YouTube streams in the next hour or so. And I'll see you then. Cool. Take care, guys. Enjoy your afternoon. See you later.